Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-February 2025. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean people. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for Pisces gang? I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. And yes, let's see what energies, messages, insights we could take a little peek at. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Pisces gang. What is happening? And depending on the day you watch this, we're getting very close to Pisces season. So if you're on that Aquarius Pisces cusp, happy birthday to you. I'll start wishing you guys a happy birthday next week for sure. But let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team. What do we have for Pisces? Oh, okay. So, we have a different flavor of energy than what we normally get for Pisces readings in the front end. We have this little devil figure, which can be very tempting. That's not a bad energy. It's just different. It has some similarities and differences from the devil in the tarot deck. But usually I get a very soft, dreamy type of energy in the beginnings of Pisces readings. So we're going to have to see what that means for us. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the February subscriber surprise towards the end. So you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So when we look at the symbolism of it, of course, it does invoke Garden of Eden type of energy here. We have the devil figure, we have the woman, we have the snake, the serpent. So temptation is a big aspect of this card. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a bad thing when we see it. I mean, it's similar to the devil. Yeah, I mean, this could be some choppy energy for sure. But I mean, it could be escapism, it could be overthinking, it could be certain behaviors. And when it's leading up, and this could be someone else's energy too, it doesn't have to be yours. There could be addictive tendencies when this card is in the mix. But the main thing I'm feeling here is a temptation. So specifically, if there has been something, someone, situation you've been trying to hold back or take a step back away from, there could be a potential to revert when this card shows up, or there could be some sort of big temptation where you're like, I don't know if I should, I don't really want to, but maybe I will. So that's an odd little energy we have here up front, okay, whether that's you or somebody else. So we're just going to put them down right there, and let's see what tarot has. And yeah, I always say the first card doesn't make or break the reading, it's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright, then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Pisces gang. Let's do it. And yes, while we get the deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So the reading itself was titled The Big Rejection. Now, the reason that makes a lot of sense with what I'm seeing here about temptation and refraining from things is I felt either you or somebody else like kind of putting a hand up to something saying like, oh, no, that doesn't work for me, or that's not right. So whether, again, thought processes, behaviors, habits, individuals, there could be various things that you may have been building a wall towards, right? Like blocking something out potentially. So we're going to see if that energy continues. We'll see what we have this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So let me take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards here for Pisces gang. What do you got for us in mid-February? We're getting very close to birthday season. Let's get some good vibes, hopefully. Thank you. Okay, 6 of Swords, the energy's moving, that's good. So I like whenever we start with an action card. If we were starting with something that was too solid, too gunked up, then I'd be more concerned. Because the 6 of Swords, to me, it's on the move, it's on the go. So I like this. Let's get a couple more. What do we have for Pisces in February? 4 Cups. Okay, this is very much start-stop with the way this is like showing up to me already. Let's get one more. What do we have here for Pisces? Thank you. And the 5 of Cups. So there could possibly be a situation or problematic energy that we want to look at. Do I feel like it's like super major or something that we need to raise a huge alarm about right this second? No. It does feel manageable, especially with what we have here on the front end. That is something that gives us a bit of a silver lining. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you know, I always look at the elements first because I feel like they're very important. And I do feel for the most part, this is a comfortable energy for us, right? We got the double down of the water energy. Pisces as a water sign, so we are very malleable. We can go with the flow. We can exist in this type of energy, right? And it doesn't seem like the sky is falling. It just, I mean, there might just be some down days. Now, whenever there's a lot of water, that does speak to a lot of emotion, and the fact that we have some air, the swords, that's the mindset, that's also communication. These are both internal energies. And as a Pisces rising myself, I know that we got a lot going on the inside all the time. So just know that that might be amped up a little extra here. So whether it's your intuition, whether it's your imagination, there's just so much internal energy here that we're going to want to peel back and take a look at. So let's go through piece by piece and really start to build it out. Position number one, we're starting with a very positive card. Normally we have the Six of Swords, and we see these people, they're in a boat, they're moving into nice calm waters. So this is a huge card of improvement. It's coming out of choppy waters into calm. When we talk about more of the positives of this card, it's continuing to move, it's not getting stuck, which we're definitely going to want to look at all this stuff here on the back end, specifically with this. There's challenges with this card, as with everyone. This can sometimes represent somebody that's not paying attention to something that they should be. This could represent on giving up on something, or somebody that's just like not holding up their end of the bargain, where it's like, oh, I'm not paying attention to that. By worst case scenario, this could represent abandonment of certain things as well. So again, I'm not sure if you're dealing with situations like that. At least on my channel, I always take the positive aspect before the clarifier, right? I feel like it's good to be optimistic until we're told otherwise. The Six of Swords could also just represent travel, could represent situations involving distance. Like I said, it's on the move. So we're at least starting here. The energy is moving, the energy is flowing, and us Pisceans do like that. Now, moving to the center, this is where we get a stoppage of some sort. We have the Four of Cups. Now, this isn't an uncomfortable energy for us. You see the person, they're sitting under the tree, daydreaming, and everyone knows Pisces has a very vivid imagination normally, right? I always say we have 1 foot in the etheric world, 1 foot in the material world, and I mean, this card really encompasses that type of vibe. So this is a comfort zone for some of us. So some Pisces out there, you might be just staying in your comfort zone or retreating back to a place where you feel comfortable and secure. There could be a little bit of isolation happening when some of this energy shows up. Now, what are the good things about the Four of Cups? We see this person, they're sitting there, they're waiting, they're daydreaming. This is a great card for creativity. So get those creative juices flowing. Your imagination could be extra vivid in this time. But the challenges are not seeing what the universe has in store for you, not seeing what the universe is trying to direct you towards or to hand towards you. And the Four of Cups is also super grounded. So when we go from a nice smooth moving card to full stoppage, I'm like, okay, is something stopping? Is this a problem or something that's getting in your way? Or is this you retreating in one way or another, where it's like, no, yeah, I was doing good, I was making progress, but I need a break, I need a second. That could very much be a possibility too. So we'll look into it further. I mean, I do like that the Ace of Cups shows up within this card as well. Now, moving to the back end, this is the one that we most definitely want to take the closest look at. We have the Five of Cups, and we see our pal there. And listen, you're not alone this week. There's a lot of signs where this card has come out this week in particular. And we see him there, dressed in black. He's all goth. He's emo. He's in his feelings, in the feelers. So just like I said, with all the water and the air, the emotional intensity could very much be heightened here. Now, this card is called the River of Tears for a reason. So I always say it's on a spectrum, right? It doesn't always have to be major. You just might have a couple of glum days, right? You might just be a little down, right? You might be feeling a little blue or gray. I mean, which one is it, blue or gray? I've heard both. So when I see this, it's not the nicest, but for a portion of you, maybe there is something really difficult you're dealing with. This could be depression, anxiety, all those yucky types of energies. So we'll see what's up with it. Now, one thing I will say, this card, the positive of it is that it's not a final result, right? Like this person, there's still buildings on the horizon. There's still cups that are standing and not knocked over. So it's like, okay, this could be a rough patch, or this could be something that you will get past. There's something that you will get past, you will get through it, you will get over it when this card is here. So very interesting how all this energy lays out, because it's moving good on the front end. Now we got this thing that stops in the center, and then the possible fallout. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here for Pisces gang. Let's see what's happening. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Six of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, let's get that Six of Swords going. What do you got for us here, gods? What is up? That Six of Swords. Whoa, okay. Now, this is something I was picking up a lot in the air sign readings. I think every air sign reading had something like this, and you have it now too. We have the world in reverse underneath it. Now, you usually know that the world can represent the close of a cycle. It's also a very karmic energy, so now the fact that karmic energy is coming into play, we're going to want to keep a close look on how the rest of the reading goes, see if we see more karmic archetypes. But the world kind of represents a completion, or something that's already ended, or a cycle that has already, it went where it needed to go. So whenever I see the world in reverse, especially with the Six of Swords, these are both cards that could represent things returning in a big way, which again, I saw for all the air signs had energy very similar to this. So if you're connected to an air sign in particular, there could be a person that swings back around. There could be a situation that needs to be revisited. It's just something coming back. That's the biggest vibe I always pick up, especially with an alignment like this. Now, for some Pisces, this could be something that you're trying to avoid. Very small portion of you. When I see the Six of Swords and the world in reverse, it's like, do I really want to put the stamp on this? Do I want to seal the deal? Do I want to stop this? So there could be a certain thing where it's like, no, I'm trying to avoid the conclusion. Okay, so whether it's a person you're trying to avoid, a situation you're trying to avoid, not saying you always do, but when I see this, it's like, I'm walking lightly with this. I don't want to confront this for whatever reason. But again, for some of you, there could be something that swings back around, someone or something, whether a situation or otherwise. So let's keep moving. We're not going to get hung up here. Very simple message. Let's see what the Four of Cups has. And I really want to get over to our upset little friend over there, but let's see why the Four of Cups is here for Pisces, please. What is happening? Okay. Six of Cups in reverse. Okay. So both of these themes are showing up, and this could be multiple things needing to be revisited. I feel like, oh, this is so similar to a lot of the air sign readings I was getting. The Six of Cups is a card of the history, past. It's also a karmic energy. So for some of you, there could be a cycle that you're about to step into where you have experience with it, where you've been through similar things. That's a big vibe, especially since we're getting a double down of this energy. Now, I guess it depends on how you react to this, because for a whole bunch of you, there could be multiple things popping back up where it's like, okay, am I in the twilight zone? I thought I handled this, or I thought I've been through stuff like this before. It's like reliving a cycle, similar to like a Groundhog's Day. For a small portion of you, maybe that's it. Maybe it's just like the regular routine that you're living in. It feels like a damn Groundhog's Day to you. That's only for a small portion. But yeah, when I see the Six of Cups in reverse, aside from obviously energy returning in a very big way, this could be issues with a person you care deeply for. This is a card of like soul ties, soul connections. You might have someone very particular on your mind. There could be someone that has you on their mind, especially with this, where it's like, I'm not sure if I like how that went down. Okay, like, yeah, with the thinking, and this is a card of the past, memory lane. So I think it's very important for a lot of us Pisceans in this time, if we do take little trips down memory lane, if we are reflecting on the past and things that we've been through, try our best not to overthink about things that went wrong. Okay, I think it's very important to keep our head moving forward, our sight on the horizon, and don't think about how this went wrong or that went wrong, because there could be a lot of overanalyzing. Let's keep moving over to the Five of Cups and see what that has. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is the Five of Cups here, please? And don't show me another card of history swinging back around, okay? Let's see, why is the Five of Cups here for Pisces, please? Okay. Magician in reverse. Okay, so it's always important to have the perspective in life that there's always going to be things that we can control and there's always going to be things that we can't. When I see the Magician in reverse underneath the Five of Cups, it's like, oh, what can you really do about it? There could be certain situations or things where it's like, all right, I've done what I can. I did what I could. There's nothing I could really do about it right now. Or at least that's how someone's thinking and feeling when I say it. Okay, because the Five of Cups is upset and the Magician. I would say this, also beware of like reverse manifesting. I know in a lot of spirit places or spiritual spaces, They do speak about manifesting, the power of visualization and attracting things to you. When I say the Five of Cups with the Magician in reverse, like, just make sure you're not staying in a low vibration for too long, because everyone knows Pisces is very good at manifesting things. And everyone goes into low and high vibrations. It's not a stagnant thing, but try your best, if possible, not to keep yourself in a very low vibration. Try to do something to bring your vibration up. That's a big thing that's showing up here. But I think for a lot of Pisces, just knowing that, yeah, you know what? I did what I could. That could give you a lot of peace of mind, right? And just knowing, like, there's certain things that are out of your hands, and that's okay. Okay. It's hard to blame yourself for things that you didn't really contribute to. This is very odd, the way the energy's showing up to me. And yeah, again, it could be a problem, it could be a situation or something where it's like, okay, all right, it is what it is. But let's go through and do a quick recap, then we'll get into the shadow. So it's a peculiar reading. I would say it's not as harsh as the last couple of weeks, but there's still some stuff here. If you kindly look in the box, though, position number 1, we have the Six of Swords with the World in reverse. So when I see this, obviously, I already mentioned, this could be something swinging back around, a situation, person. It's like we're revisiting it. Here it comes again. That's like a huge vibe here. For some Pisces, there could be certain things that you're avoiding in this time. So whether it's people, situations, a confrontation, it's like, I'd rather not deal with that right now. Moving to the center, we have the Four of Cups with the Six of Cups in reverse. So again, this energy of something swinging back around. Maybe there's someone on your mind or vice versa. That could very much be possible. Try your best not to focus on where and when things went wrong. Pardon me. It's good to know, right? It's good to know and think about it sometimes, but try not to live there. That's kind of what we're seeing here. Try not to keep yourself in that space too long, because moving to the back end, we have the Five of Cups with the Magician in reverse. So for some of you, there could be a problem or a situation where it's not really much you could do about it. And it's important to not blame yourself for stuff that you really didn't have a hand in, right? Or just don't blame yourself for things that you couldn't really control. Right, that's a big vibe I'm picking up here, and just try to keep your vibration high if possible. So please take a screenshot if you'd like. Let's see what's in the shadows. And yeah, I always say, I like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see, just whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. And I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get this shadow card out. The card flipped in my hand, but it didn't pop out. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so the devil, isn't it odd that we begin the reading with the devil figure and we cap it off with one as well? So a lot of the things I was saying in the beginning are still here once again. We see the devil in the shadows. That's a common card to see in the shadows, right? Because it's something that we don't always want to put out there. It's not things that we want a lot of people to know about sometimes. The devil, for some of you, might just be connected to Capricorn. If that's the case, very simple, straightforward. That's the reason energy is showing up so much. But the devil is usually something that's ingrained. So again, whether it's overthinking, whether it's obsessing over something, whether it's jealousy, whether it's addictive tendencies, a toxic individual where the energy is still lingering, it could be any of those things when the devil's here. Now, I just want to mention that the devil energy is usually a long-lasting energy. So for some of you, you might still be going through a healing process, or there could just be an energy that's lingering, and that's okay. Just know that there's no time scale on your healing and your journey. You will solve this energy when you're meant to. Okay, so we're just going to leave it at that, Pisces. That's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the February subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out the availability and my digital calendar on my website, mastermetaphysics.com, so we could get a little forecast for the next few weeks for you. But for the February subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Tarot of the Owls. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could snap your fingers right now and wish for something, what would it be? It could be anything except more wishes. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll talk to you soon.